Welcome to the American Dream. Welcome to my home. I'm your host, Craig Sewing. Figured, hey, the show's about real estate. Might as well do it from my home. Except today, we're going up to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to visit with the RSY Team, an award-winning real estate team. We're going to talk about Pittsburgh, the real estate, the lifestyle, and the culture. You're going to love today's show. Let's get it started right now.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
I got it. I got it.
Welcome to Pittsburgh American Dream. We're in one of our absolute favorite towns, Sewickley, Pennsylvania. Sewickley is one of those very small town feel with a lot of different neighborhoods comprised within it. We're only 12 miles outside of the city, so it gives you that quick access to downtown, but really a country-like setting with a small town feel. A lot of different shops and restaurants, and we're going to get into a bunch of that here just a little bit later.
Like Mike said, this is one of our favorite areas in Pittsburgh. A lot of unique places down here, boutiques and local dineries. There's Vivo Kitchen over to my left here, excellent food. Just a really wonderful community. We're in the Village right now, so if you like to walk to anything, there's a lot of properties that are affording you the ability just to walk down here. My sister-in-law happens to live in the area. She loves it. We come and do a lot of activities. They have a light up night, and they do things for different times of the year that really help generate a community feel. The reason we selected this today, not only is it right before Christmas, but we had a record snowfall, 11 inches. 10 inches was the record previously set back in 1897. So really a great time to be out here, feel the festivities associated with the holiday. I was born on Christmas, so this is my favorite time of the year, and I'm really looking forward to, kind of popping by some places here.
So, like John and Mike said, we're in the Village, and the Village is known for its local shops. My favorite part is the food, beer. We've got amazing stuff down here. The Slippery Mermaid for sushi, Sidelines for amazing craft beer. We have Vivo, we have Mamba Italia, and one of our favorites, which Mike's friend Aceto is the executive chef, and we're gonna go check them out right now, is Mediterra. So here's Mediterra. We're actually gonna head in there and see Mike's good friend and client, Aceto.
Got it.
All right. John?
Hey guys, I'd love to join you, but actually somebody has to do some work today, so I'm going off to show some properties. I'll let you know if I get anything under agreement, and I hope you guys enjoy.
We'll tell you how much we get.
Yeah, bring something home for me, huh?
Right. We'll think about it.
See y'all.
Here we are, we're in Sewickley Village at Mediterra with the head chef for all of the restaurants, right? Aniceto Souza, and he's gonna kind of go over a little bit about how awesome this facility is. We absolutely love it, and yeah, so thanks for having us in.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about kind of what's in front of our plates here, what the specialty is, what brings people into this place.
Well, the cafe is part of a bigger company called Mediterra. Mediterra Bakehouse. Mediterra makes a whole bunch of wholesale breads that are featured all over Pittsburgh, and actually featured in a lot of the Whole Foods in the southeastern regional area, as well as out in Arizona and the West Coast. So they make everything from scratch, pastries, biscotti. We have here, we have our Danish that we use seasonal fruit and changes out monthly. We have an almond croissant. All of our breads are made in their warehouse facility. It's a huge 17,000 square foot bakery. And Mediterra Cafe is part of that. We feature all the breads, all the pastries. We make all our food from scratch here.
So you mentioned, other areas. Where did that family start this whole process?
So almost 20 years ago, the Ambulotos family started baking bread, and they started off in farmers markets, and one of them being here in Sewickley. We have a fantastic farmers market. We have all sorts of produce, organic. We have vendors that make salsas and goat cheese and organic meats. We have one of the best farmers markets in Pittsburgh is right here in Sewickley every Saturday. It usually runs up until October, sometimes even November. And that's kind of how the Mediterra Cafe in Sewickley started. The family, the Ambulotos family was making bread and featuring it at their stand, and started to learn a little bit more about the Sewickley community. And myself, I come from Massachusetts. My wife's from Pittsburgh, moved here about 4 years ago. And I was looking to do a restaurant and kind of fell in love with Sewickley in that it reminds me of a New England town. It's got a main street, it's beautiful. We've actually had a lot of Lifetime movies are filmed here. And it's only 20 minutes to the airport, which if you live in Pittsburgh and you like to travel in the wintertime, pretty nice to be that close to the airport. My wife and I, we moved down here, and then, basically the Ambulotos family and myself kind of bumped into each other, and we started working together. The cafe has been, a really great success, and we've been embraced by the community here in Sewickley. So we're very lucky. We're happy to be here. But it all started with kind of the farmers market that's featured every Saturday. So
That's awesome.
I think that's amazing. Yeah, because ultimately the product got you to where you're at, and hard work. You have a new store in Mount Lebanon, which is awesome for me because that's where I live. But I bring home the bag and it says, I'm forgetting the town, but somewhere in Arizona. So they have a store there as well?
Well, they have a sister bakery out there. Okay. That bakes for all of the high-end resorts and hotels in that area. And yeah, it's been a real success out there. And we talk about possibly doing another store, another cafe out there. So cool. We'll see what happens.
Awesome.
When I moved here, I was a stay-at-home dad for a year and a half. Actually met Michael through our pre-K program down the street. The community here is it's a small community, but I actually like it because you get to meet a lot of people. We have a lot of regulars here, but you also who your kids' friends' parents are, yeah. And to me that's important. So I actually really love that about living at I didn't grow up like that. There's a great pool here. There's a great YMCA. You see people down the street, they say hello. There's all sorts of things that the community does, whether it's a Mayfest and they close down the streets, or they have a harvest festival. They also have light up night.
Yeah, light up night, the wine walks.
The wine walks. There's so many things that are, it's a really family friendly place to live. School system's great. My parents come to visit and see these high school kids walking around, and they're saying excuse me, and they're polite, and they're not doing anything wrong, and my parents are always like, wow, it's great that they're able to do that.
Sure.
And a lot of it is because you see everyone and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think so.
Totally. And my boys are the same way, and I know your kids are the same way. It takes a village, and for us, reputation, right, is everything. And Pittsburgh's I think people forget how small Pittsburgh region is. I mean, you're from Boston area, and New York's and Chicago. They're massive compared to Pittsburgh, so it is a small world here.
One of the things that is really important to us is a lot of, myself and my partners, we all have kids. And that's one thing that we're very cognizant of here. So, this community is full of kids, great place to raise kids. So we do a lot of stuff that is fun, like cookie kits. We do, pizzas that are, take a kit home and bake pizza with your family. So we really try and make sure that, we do this high-end stuff. We have beautiful imported cheeses and salamis and all that stuff, but we also are very cognizant of, you know, the kids and the families in this community, and we want to make sure that this is a friendly place, that, you know, we have offerings for everybody.
Well, that's just it. I mean, in any business, you know, you invested in the community, they're going to invest right back into you.
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys are doing an amazing job.
Yeah, thank you. The community is really, they've really supported us, and, you know, we're thankful.
No, that's awesome. That's a beautiful thing, man.
Thank you guys for coming in.
Appreciate your time, and telling us your story. Yeah, cool.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You take care. All right.
Hey, America, thanks for checking in. It was great getting to show you one of our favorite neighborhoods here, Sewickley, Pennsylvania. Can't wait to show you the rest of Pittsburgh and all that it has to offer.
See you next time.
Well, Pittsburgh's a great town with a lot of great nooks and crannies, neighborhoods, and culture. That being said, RSY Team, not only did they show us around town, but these were the best real estate experts in the market. Our very own Amy Scruggs sat down with them and interviewed them about the marketplace. Let's go check it out.
Welcome to this segment of The American Dream, where we bring the best experts in real estate from around the country. And right now, I get to introduce to you Michael, John, and Joe from Pittsburgh with the RSY team. So great to have you guys with us.
Great to be with you, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
We have a lot to hear about your team and what's going on there in Pittsburgh, but I'd like to start with you, Michael. Let's just talk about why you brought this team together, and just let's talk about the structure and a little bit of the background on that.
Well, John and I have known each other since we were little kids. We actually grew up in Moon Township, suburb right outside of the city. We grew up playing soccer together. Kind of life took us in different directions, and we kind of found each other again here in real estate. He actually got his license with a different brokerage, a different company. I got wind of it, called him. He met with our broker, came over, sat next to me. Then what really, really happened is one day, one of John's very close friends ended up listing a house with me. Obviously, it kind of caused a little friction in our friendship and whatnot. We sat down, talked about it, looked at how things were structured, and just determined that the way the industry was going, you kind of had to form a team to really attack it, and a group setting was really going to be the only way to be successful. So we teamed up. We had great success in the first couple of years of our team. We had been eyeing up Joe for quite some time. We're all three the exact same age. We all have 2 kids. So our timelines and how life is going to play out for us is kind of very similar. And we badgered Joe for quite some time, at least I did, to join up with us. We got him on board a year ago, and it's skyrocketed since.
That is so great. I mean, it seems like the stars kind of aligned for you guys, that this was just meant to be. I love the childhood friend backstory. That is really cool, because, you know, so many of us have friends that we've had for years in our life, and to imagine, you know, moving forward and doing business together and living your passion in real estate. And I'm glad that you convinced John to come on board as well. It's good to meet all of you guys. So let's fast forward then to, is it just the 3 of you guys, or have you expanded into a lot more team members now?
No, we have a very sizable group. You know, we have 3 full-time admins that work with us. And on top of that, we have 12 buyer agents that work with the group. Basically, the idea was we could hit north, south, east, west of our city, because Pittsburgh's a really different city. We're separated by a lot of bridges. And getting from one point to the other is rather difficult. You know, you have your traffic out there in California. Ours is probably a very similar style of traffic, just not 6-7 lane highways. Right. It's 2 lanes trying to get across a bridge or through tunnels. So, you know, we needed to have people strategically all around so that we could service the city in a way that it needed to be serviced. I mean, it really lacked here in Pittsburgh from a real estate perspective, and we've really tried to change that culture within our industry here.
Joe, why don't you give us your perspective and what kind of your expertise is that you bring to the team?
Yeah, so, you know, my level in my area kind of focuses more on the actual city of Pittsburgh. I live just outside of downtown Pittsburgh in a suburb, but a lot of my business comes from what we would call Pittsburgh proper, you know, the actual city of Pittsburgh, some downtown condos and some of the neighborhoods that are kind of throughout the city. And so because of our venture together, we kind of have a lot of those grounds covered in the topography. And Pittsburgh actually is a very small city. People don't realize that we're not a big metro, but to navigate it with the topography and the bridges and the rivers could be a little bit challenging. So that would be kind of my level in my area that I give to the team. And yeah, I love the city.
That's awesome, and I'm sure that you guys have such great symmetry together as you have your different strengths and expertise. John, what do you love about being a part of this team, and what do you feel you've brought into the team to kind of balance that out?
I'm the man behind the curtain, so I let Mike and Joe do most of the talking. I like to work, so I'd rather be out showing properties than in front of a camera or doing anything like this. That's the honest truth, but I don't work a day in my life. We've been blessed with having the ability to work with some amazing people that have referred a ton of business to us. Adding Joe to Michael and I's team has been instrumental in us becoming the #1 team in all of Western Pennsylvania. So we can hopefully only go up from here. And, it's been great. And we're hoping that, moving into 2021 and beyond, we can continue growing.
That's awesome. A big part of loving real estate and loving what you do is also loving your community. So loving where you guys are, being a part of Pittsburgh is really important because that's how you portray to your clients, how to find them the best community and the best place to be. This is the power of homeownership, which is really exciting. What do you guys love the most about Pittsburgh, and how do you see what you do in a very community feel way of doing business?
Well, I think Pittsburgh as a whole is a very rooted city. You'll find that people that grow up here, we may move away, like even myself and Joe, we both moved away for a couple years, but we found our way back here. Our parents are here, our aunts, cousins. It's one of those cities, it's a melting pot of a lot of different cultures, but it's extremely rooted. You may have a summer home in Florida or elsewhere, but you still keep a home here because it really is a community and home for most of us.
And now that you guys are a part of the American Dream TV and you're really showcasing the community, what are your next steps and where you plan on going and who you plan on featuring and what you want to show us here as your audience as your next steps with this?
I think ultimately everyone knows we're in real estate, but real estate is a small part of what we do. We sell our city, and we think that's an easy job to do. So, we want to kind of help and give back to the community and, basically showcase some of our favorite places. I mean, like Michael was saying, there's some deep-rooted history, restaurants, and just general history with the American and with America. So we want to kind of showcase a little bit of that city. We've got some tremendous views from Mount Washington, some very, very awesome old buildings that just look amazing. And then our brewery scene and our food scene is just kind of going off the charts because of commercial real estate is relatively cheap here compared to other parts of the country. So really want to kind of showcase that and show you how great our small city really is.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have worked with a lot of power players in Pittsburgh. So we do want to, bring those folks into the scene and interview and talk with them and find out their perspective. Because there's even just athletes, right? There's a lot of athletes that come to Pittsburgh, play here, but then they stay here and, kind of find out why. We'll dig into that. And, we grew up here and we know why we love it, but why does someone coming in from outside come here for a couple of years, but then keep a home and a residence here and not want to leave?
Right, right. Well, and it's so fun for us who will follow you and say, oh my gosh, we didn't know that was there, and to get to really feel like we're a part of your community remotely. But then also for your clients that are there in Pittsburgh and, during a time when, there's a lot of uncertainty and a time we've all been a little bit more locked up than we'd like to be, you guys are still out there on the streets, still helping homeownership and still showcasing a great community. How do you see that integrating into next year as you're still doing a great job in business and being accessible while people are still shifting in their lifestyle?
I mean, I'd love to hear John's take on this too, but ultimately, housing to us is a necessity. I mean, people definitely need to have a house, and, we have some strict guidelines that we're definitely going to adhere. So obviously safety is a prime focus of us, but, we're just excited to kind of still be out there. And a lot of people are coming into the city for the first time. So that's a lot of fun, getting somebody through our city for the first time. But, John does a tremendous amount of our buyers, and, I know he, between the three of us, is very, very, very safe. with how he conducts his business. So, John, would love to hear your 2 cents on that.
I work with a lot of buyers that are relocating to the area, and it's real easy to provide assistance to them. A lot of great tools and resources. People don't realize how much culture there is in the city, and whether it's a single individual looking for something downtown or somebody that's working here that has the ability to be a little bit more remote. I mean, there's some great options that still provide you easy commutes to the airport and different areas. So, I mean, it's just a great place to bring people into. And they always talk about the geography, which a lot of people take for granted, and we live here, but it's a beautiful city. We get 4 seasons, and it's always great to bring people in. And first thing I do to anybody that comes to the city is I give them a terrible towel. That's the key to every bar. So you can get in anywhere you need to with that.
Oh my gosh, and I'm sure that Pittsburgh knows how lucky they are to have you guys and your love for the city and the love for home ownership. I hope that our viewers reach out and connect with you guys to really find out more about the city, more about the community, and more about how they can really own a piece of Pittsburgh. And I just wish you guys all the best and can't wait to see the growth and the success that's up ahead for you. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today.
So the RSY team has shown us around Pittsburgh a bit. We've learned a little bit about the lifestyles in the real estate market, but what about the inventory? Nationwide, we have low inventory. In Pittsburgh, RSY is one of the top teams. We're going to show you some of their top properties.
I'm out here, baby, living my truth. On the new with my crew. I'm out here, baby, breaking the rules. Coming through, make a move.
Hey America, this is our Pittsburgh, a city rich in history, born of iron and built on blue-collar hard work, centered around family values and a community that is the quintessential melting pot of America. We couldn't be more excited to show it off, and to quote one of our most famous alumni, Andrew Carnegie, Pittsburgh entered the core of my heart when I was a young boy, cannot be torn out.
Nothing to prove. You wanna feel this heat? Make a move. I'm out here, baby, living my truth.
Sewickley's history is as rich and long as the city of Pittsburgh itself. The name Sewickley is believed to have derived from Native American times. George Washington himself crossed these lands on his way up the Ohio River to tell the French it was time to go during the French and Indian War. The town later became a summer home destination for Pittsburgh's elite and has blossomed into Pittsburgh's most desirable places to live due to the sense of community and amenities it offers.
We're going to take you up to one of our properties here in Sewickley. It's actually up in Sewickley Heights, which is a little different than living in the village. When you're in the Heights, you have to have a minimum of 5 acres to build a home. So this custom Doug Berryman home built by Ed Kress sits on 5.44 acres, meticulously landscaped, has a huge wraparound porch and an enclosed area as well, so you can dine or just sit out there and enjoy the babbling brook at any point in the day. When you walk in, the home does have 4 bedrooms, 5 full baths. It has a massive sunken living room and a completely updated kitchen with floors that are very unique to me. These wood floors are actually a pumpkin pine from New Hampshire. It has been well cared for from the original owner still to this date, and offers many amenities, including a master suite with a Juliet balcony and a full ensuite and walk-in closets. This home is minutes away from the village, so if you want the exercise, you can walk up and down the hill to this property, or you just take a quick, short little drive. But it definitely will offer something unique, almost country-like setting, but again, you're only 12 miles from the city, so you can enjoy everything Pittsburgh has to offer in this unique home.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the American Dream Pittsburgh with the RSY team. I know I enjoyed hosting it. Until next time, cheers to your American Dream. Welcome to the American Dream. It's a great time for leaders to lead and innovators to innovate. We partner with top realtors all across the country to create incredible, positive, moving content, real stories about real neighborhoods. But underneath it all, I'm the CEO of Ignite Media. I'm an entrepreneur myself. I jumped off the cliff. You only live once. Hey guys, say hi to Craig, will you? This is your home. This is a place that you're going to raise your family, build memories. My parents still live in the house I was raised in.
American Dream TV is a chance for America to hear from small business owners and big dreamers, local leaders and trendsetters, tastemakers and upshakers, the men and women, young and old, in every ethnicity and different perspective of this country we share. We are the American Dream TV, and together we are changing the world of television.
Do you know my name? Do you know my name? Yeah, my name is notorious, infamous, wanted man, dangerous. I'm an army, I'm a legion, I'm a ghostin', I'm a heathen.
Better than this. It doesn't get better than this.
I went ghost today. I got least to say. I be focused on these dreams like I didn't sleep today.
We unite people. We highlight the great stories of cities all across the country that make this the greatest country on the planet. We are blazing a trail, going against the grain of that negative media, having a lot of fun doing it.
There's a million restaurants in Nashville, but this one's really cool.
And I be going hard like I'm balling.
Never been in a horse stable in California before. I've been in a lot of real estate, but nothing like this.
And I be going hard like I'm balling.
But look at this. I mean, we've got water, we've got the water culture, we've got the San Diego lifestyle laid back.
American dream is subjective. You get to define it.
Welcome to Pittsburgh American Dream. We're in one of our absolute favorite towns, Sewickley, Pennsylvania.
We're in the Village right now. They have a light up night and they do things for different times of the year. But we had a record snowfall, 11 inches. 10 inches was the record previously set back in 1897.
Here we are at Mediterra. We absolutely love it.
The cafe is part of a company called Mediterra. We feature all the breads, all the pastries. We make all our food from scratch. The community is really, they've really supported us, and we're thankful.
That's a beautiful thing, man.